So today we're going to make a color wheel. I'm going to start by drawing a circle so that we know where to put things, and we're going to put our primary colors in. So I'm going to put red, yellow, and blue. I'm putting blue here. It doesn't really matter where you put them, but I'm going to put yellow here. And I'm going to put red right here. These are called primary because you cannot mix any colors to get these. There are no two colors that you will mix to get red. You cannot mix any two colors and get blue. There's no colors you can mix to get yellow. These are primary. I've had students ask me, how do I get blue? What do I mix to get blue? You can't. It's primary color. Now, these are secondary colors. So if you mix two of the primaries, you'll get a secondary. So blue and yellow make a green. We're going to put a green right here. We could mix these, but if we use like a regular color like this, you'll get a much brighter color. If we mix yellow and red, we'll get an orange. So I'm going to put my secondary color orange right here. And you get violet or purple by mixing blue and red. Now, we're going to mix these colors together to get tertiary colors. This is going to look like a rainbow in a circle. That's what a color wheel is. So I'm going to take my purple and I'm going to kind of fade it out. I'm going to push down less hard, and so it gets lighter and lighter and lighter and less and less and less intense until I get right to my primary. Now I'm going to take my primary and do the same thing the other way. And as these colors overlap, they're actually mixing. You can do the same thing with paint, or you can even do it on the computer with a computer program, but we can see we're going from blue to blue violet to violet blue to violet. We're going to go the other way. We're going to have our purple or violet. It's the same thing. They're the same color. It's just that we're so used to seeing purple. And then we fade our red into the violet, and we make a red violet or a violet red. Looks kind of like jam there, like a strawberry or grape jam. So we have a nice little blend going on here. We're going to go this way now. For some colors like yellow, you may have to push down harder than other colors. Like blue, you don't have to push down very hard to make it blend, but yellow's kind of weak, and so you may have to go over it a couple of times. And we can see how yellow is. For instance, this is yellow and then it's kind of yellow orange, but then it's no longer yellow, it's now orange. Here yellow almost immediately becomes green. So yellow is kind of weak the way yellow is. You have to be careful with yellow. Right, now we have a nice spectrum here. You see how it kind of blends around in a rainbow? So here's how we use something like this. If you look at colors that are close to each other, if they blend, they'll make kind of a pretty color. So like a yellow and a red will make an orange, or an orange and a red will make a nice orange red. Now, if we have colors that are far apart, like across the wheel, these will mix and become an ugly color. They'll make brown. So purple and yellow make brown. Orange and blue make brown. This is when we mix our colors. We made pretty colors and ugly colors. This is what we were doing. Now, these two colors next to each other, without mixing, will have a lot of contrast. The orange and the blue will kind of vibrate next to each other. So for example, here's a red, and here's a green. We can see those two really kind of like vibrate against each other. Purple and yellow do it even better, especially since this purple is kind of darker in value than the yellow. These two are pretty close to each other in value. If I took a black and white photo of this, these would be like the same color as gray, whereas this would definitely be darker than this. So value gives you contrast as well. See, blue and orange. If you wanted a bright sign or a color job on a race car that wanted to really stand out, you'd want to use colors like these. Now, if you mix these together though, they start to get ugly. We don't want to mix these colors together. We don't want to mix green and red because you'll get a rotten apple brown. You don't want to mix these together because you'll get a rotten banana brown. Mix these two together, you get a perfect zombie color, but it won't be a pretty color. If I wanted something that looked really nice, but I didn't care if it stood out, I want to be kind of nice and calm, I could put blue and green together. I could even blend them together a little bit and it'll give me a nice little color, nice little ocean color. Red and orange are nice and calm together. They don't attack each other like these two. They don't stand out as much. It depends. Do you want your colors to stand out and grab the person's eye, like on a sign? Or do you want a nice calm picture where everything looks all nice and balanced and calm? If I want to make something darker, I can use black, but there's a problem with black. Black has a little bit of blue in it. If I try to mix this with yellow, it doesn't make a very good yellow. It looks kind of green. It works the same with paint. If I want my yellow to be darker, I want to mix it in with brown, because brown's a warm color. See how much nicer that looks? Now if I wanted an ugly color, sure, let's do that. Now, if I wanted to mix a brown with a blue, it starts to get really disgusting. If I want to make my blue darker, I'd want to use a black with that. Same with green. Black and green will mix well together. If I wanted my red darker, my orange darker, I'd want to use some brown with it. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you like this, please leave a comment and a like and consider subscribing. I will make more videos like this. Thank you.